So hey, what's up everybody? And by everybody, I mean the Fugal fam. We've got 800 subscribers. Actually, I think we've got 900 subscribers. I don't know, but we've got more subscribers than I know what to do with. And this is the most exciting episode of the Thrift Store Prepper yet. So, it is the 75th episode, but it's not going to be the 75th episode that I had planned. It's kind of a 75th episode about nothing. So before I keep rambling on, let's get more to the point. And this is actually one of the more nervous videos that I have made. And I got a little bit of the stage fright that I kind of had a little bit yesterday on the Marfugal phone call, which brought these wonderful new subscribers to me. So before we say anything else, let's say thank you to each and every one. You've blown up my phone. My notifications have been going off the roof for the last 24 hours, and the roller coaster ride that started with the phone call and the following up of the subscriber count going through the roof. It's been one of the most exciting days I've had in quite some time. So I'm so glad finally I have subscribers, and I have people that are finally watching my videos. And that's not to say people weren't watching them before, because I do have a very, very loyal and dedicated few people that each and every week watch my videos, left wonderful comments, and really were the people that kept me doing this, because there were a few times in the last 6 months where I scratched my head and I'm wasting my time. What the hell am I doing? But here we are, 900 plus subscribers, closing in on triple digits. Certainly something I didn't expect, and I wouldn't have got there without the help of Adam at Marfugal TV. So Adam, you're a superstar, buddy. Shout out to you. Certainly we will be speaking more in the future. So many of you all that have come on over from Marfugal are part of the Fugal fam, and from here on out, you're in the Thrift Store Prepper. You're part of the Thrift fam. So unless any of you can come up with a better or more catchy way to describe yourselves, my viewers, I'm going to be calling you the Thrift fam from now on. So the last day has been crazy, as I said. I'm still a little bit spinning and on somewhat of a natural high, as well as a Mary Jane infused high. And I've just got off quite a horrendous shift at work, where I had to serve 350 politicians when only 100 were supposed to be turning up. Long story, not for this channel, not for this time, but it's with all the craziness of work, the craziness of the Thrift Store Prepper and the Marfugal phone in, finally people are here. And the last day I've been looking at my statistics, and people are finally watching my videos. I got quite a few that are now over the 100 view mark, so thank you guys for watching the videos, and certainly hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. Now, with regards to the phone call and what we were speaking about in the topics of predictive programming and stuff like that, you may be a little disappointed to see that there's not too much of that content as of yet on this channel, but there is quite a few playlists that I've got going on, which you should probably check out. And if you are new to the thrift store, maybe the playlist would be the place to go to get a little bit of a gist of what's going on and what I'm about. So I'm not about to kind of toss everything I've been doing to the side and suddenly be preaching about predictive programming in every video, but there was a little playlist and a few videos I made called Thoughts from the Thrift. No, I can't even speak. Jesus. Thoughts from the Thrift Store Prepper. There we go. Let's get a little bit of etiquette and protocol going on and try and calm ourselves down. Okay. Let's be the band on the Titanic playing the violin. So I don't really have anything. So I did have a ramen noodle and a Slim Jim that I was just going to kind of hold and use as some kind of prop, and maybe some unintentional ASMR for those of you who do watch and get those effects. But back to the kind of predictive programming and the little bit of what I was talking about on Marfugal. I am a tinfoil hat wearer. I am following conspiracy theories and secret societies for many, many, many years. And in my personal life, I've actually lived through some shit hitting the fan situations. Maybe not of the apocalyptic or doomsday or predicted programming of the movies, but personal shit hitting the fans. And these are the shit hitting the fans kind of situations that people are more likely to encounter than zombies rising from the graves or asteroids, aliens, EMPs, all these other kind of things. So the thrift store prepper teaches how you kind of live on a dime. If you're on low income, if you're like me living in a basement, rented accommodation, you may have a room rental or a small condo or apartment of yourself, and you don't have the luxury of a basement or of a pantry area that you can use as your preps, use to keep your preps. Then I offer and suggest ways that you can kind of prep on a dime and in a very, very, very small space. And some of those shit hitting the fan experiences that I've had are, maybe personal injuries, being laid off work, to some more catastrophic events like divorce, incarceration, deportation, being homeless. These are all things I've had to deal with in my life, and a lot of the times I've had to do it with not very much money in my pocket. So I'm not saying this makes me an expert or gives me any qualifications to preach, but I've certainly practiced what I've preached, and what I've preached has kept me alive. So, the no cooking recipes are certainly something that I'm really big on and try to promote, and this is something that I learned in my time locked up, and we will talk about that in another video. I'm just trying to give you a little teaser and some spoilers, and hopefully some thoughts for questions and comments. But anyway, I learned these techniques firsthand, and for the time that I was locked up, ramen noodle was something I ate almost every day, and without ramen noodle it would have been unbearable. Not saying ramen noodle made it rainbows and unicorns, but the only form of comfort came in the ramen, and I was fascinated by just how versatile and how many ways inmates will utilize ramen. So that's kind of a lot of what I was basing this whole thrift store prepper kind of channel around. It's only in the early days I was concentrating a little bit on the prison recipes and prisons and commissary items as prepping, tips and things you can have, because when you are locked up, you do not have a refrigerator, you do not have a cooker, you don't have a stove, you don't have a kettle, you don't have a knife, you don't have a fork, you don't got shit. So how can you cook meals, and how can you cook ramen and make it taste as though you've been to Panda Express? Well, check out my playlist, there's a video for that. So these are kind of things that I felt that maybe people who haven't been locked up or haven't had that misfortune would be very, very unaware of, and these indeed certainly can save your life, or maybe not save your life, but prolong the agony of dying in an emergency situation. So predictive programming is something that is invaded modern society on every single level in each and every decade since kind of the dawn of the radio. These have been tools in ways to manipulate the masses, and most of the way of manipulating the masses is to the stores to part with money and to spend money. And YouTube now is probably the biggest platform for that manipulation and for that programming, and you have to kind of be a little bit wary who you're watching, who you're listening to, and what they're actually telling you is going to benefit you in the long run. And I'm not kind of saying I'm some kind of guru or professor or Yoda or Jedi Master with all the answers and all the secrets, but I've got some knowledge and some skills that maybe you all might be able to learn from. I'm not saying I dismiss all of these prepping channels and that you may be coming across, with guys that have, flannel shirts in basements and tactical bags and EDC bags and bug out locations and 20 years worth of stored rice in containers in Mylar bags, heat sealed, ready, for the end of days. But these are what I call pretenders, not preppers. Some of these guys are probably live quite luxurious lives, maybe, and what they're doing in their basement keeps them out of the wife's way while she's watching the Kardashians or whatever it is she's into, and the husband's in the garage with his MREs in bug out bag. He's quiet and not giving her any problems, and got to take some of this stuff with a pinch of salt. But I'm a real person. I'm kind of trying to be in the guise of Marfugal, that kind of viewer fueled kind of content. Certainly to a degree, I've got my own content, but I'm looking for ideas and content. And certainly the phone call that we had yesterday with Marfugal and Adam wasn't something that was planned. I actually was hoping to just come on and talk a little bit about the Thrift Store Prepper channel and what I'm kind of promoting, and how maybe the Fugal fam could benefit from some knowledge and tips on dollar store prepping. But the topic of the show and the asteroid was something that kind of was a little bit up my alley, and certainly with the stuff that was mentioned and spoken about in the phone, in which I'm sure you all know because you wouldn't be here otherwise, is stuff that interested you. So it would be very, very foolish of me from this point onward not to be including that in this channel. So, I'm throwing this video together just to kind of respond and react to everything that's gone on in the last 24 hours. And you can probably tell from my voice I'm a little bit tired and feeling quite run down. So I really need to go and get myself in a shower, because I've been in the hot, sweaty kitchen for the last 8 hours running off my feet, and my ass crack is kind of got that Niagara Fall thing going on. So I need to be going and refreshing my undercarriage, as well as the rest of my body, with a soap that I bought from the dollar store for $1.25, I believe. But anyway, dollar stores are your best friend. The thrift store prepper is now your best friend. You're all part of the thrift fam. So, I was planning something very special for my 75th episode. And part of the reason I was trying to do something special was to gain viewership. As I said, up until just yesterday, I had videos that maybe were hitting the 30 mark if I was lucky, and I did have a single video that was over 100, which was the first video I ever made. And overnight everything's changed. The whole platform, the outlook, where we're going forward from here on out is not looking so bleak for me. And kind of in the infancy of this channel, I stayed away from maybe talking about my own personal beliefs or points of view, and concentrated more on the ramens and the prepping and the cans of beans, because that was what was getting me the few views and the few comments that I was. And as I said, I'm not going to be neglecting that. We're still going to be very much a part of this channel and this project, but from here on out we will be looking a little bit more into these topics that I was talking about on the Marfugal show. And trust me, I got a shit ton of stuff to tell you in terms of that. So let me know in the comments below if you want to be hearing more predictive programming talk and maybe secret societies and shadow government kind of stuff. I'm all for that. I've got stuff to tell you. I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm not saying it's right, it's just stuff that I have an opinion on, and stuff that you can either take as you wish. You can do your own research, you can dismiss it, you can like it, you can agree, it's all good. But I do have a lot of stuff. As I said, I've been following this kind of thing for 30 years, and I do have a few close friends that unfortunately, if they happen to ask the wrong questions, I will chew their ear off about this. So you may at some point get a little bit sick of me talking about these things. But as I said, this has been the most exciting kind of, not just the YouTube channel, but the most exciting thing that's happened to me in a little while. And as I said, I'm still kind of overwhelmed by everything that has gone on, and with all the views, the love, the kind comments, and everything has just kind of made the last 6 months that little bit much more worthwhile. Because when you're making videos that are only getting 5 views and 3 of those were from your fake accounts, it's a little bit disheartening. So honest to God, I kind of dreamed that this day may come, but never really expected it, and here it is. Who knows, we may even be over 1,000 subscribers by the time I've finished yabbering on in this video and upload it. But it is late. I don't want to keep rambling on and repeating myself. So that's a little bit about who I am, a little bit about what the thrift store prepper is for those of you who are new, and there are a hell of a lot of you. So maybe rather than having to point you and direct you to my videos, I give you a little heads up, and now you are here. As I've said in the video, build it and they will come. You can see I've got quite a lot of content, quite a few playlists. You're gonna have to get used to my dark, twisted sense of humor. You will hear cursing, you will hear inappropriate jokes, but as long as we're all grown up and willing to get on and let each other be, then I think the future is going to be pretty good for the thrift store and the thrift fam. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because this is the 75th video, because I got so many of y'all that have joined and shown me so much love, I'm going to show a very little bit of love back to you. And I'm going to do a giveaway, and I'm going to give away this beef Slim Jim with cheese and the ramen. You know what? Wait a second. I'm even going to throw in a couple of instant oatmeals for your own little emergency. There's 2 oatmeals in there already, so you're getting both of them. This is the giveaway. If you want the giveaway, I'm putting this together for you right here. Not exactly live because this is pre-recorded, but I'm doing it live as I recorded. Here is a little free giveaway with some stuff that I had lying around in your own Ziploc. And maybe I write a little something on the package. Oh, that's why it's not closing. Look, that's stuck in there. Maybe I'm whispering a little bit and doing this with the. And that's for you, Baby G, because I know you were the first one that said you got the ASMR effect. So there you go. That's your little giveaway, a little bit of unintentional ASMR for my favorite viewer, Baby G. Although you're all my favorite viewers, I love you all equally. There's none of you I love less, but Baby G's been there from the beginning, and I believe was possibly one of my first subscribers. So she's liked every single one of my videos. And Baby G, talking of which, and talking of giveaways, it reminds me, you will be the lucky winner of the ASMR trail mix giveaway. So that's closed now. You will be getting that. You know how to get hold of me, Baby G. So we'll exchange details, and I'll get your trail mix out to you in the mail. You kind of win by default because you were the only one that did comment on the video. So I hope that doesn't make you feel any less special, but you will be getting your ASMR trail mix sent out to you at some point. And for those of you watching this video and that are new, here's your chance to win a thrift store prepper giveaway. Look, shall I write 75th episode? And maybe if I get to 1 million viewers or subscribers, this might be a collector episode. Sorry, I lost how to spell that. So if you want to win the thrift store prepper emergency instant micro pantry thing in the bag, then tell me why you want to win it. I don't know how we're going to do this, but tell me why you want to win it, and I'll pick the best one and we'll announce it in a future and upcoming video. So this, as I said, wasn't the 75th planned episode I had planned, although I still didn't really know what the plan was for the 75th video, although I had ideas. This really was a very quickly thrown together video in the little bit of time I had between coming home from work, smoking a little something, diving in the shower, and then getting back to reading and trying to reply to all the many messages and comments that I've been getting in the last 24 hours. So all being said, I'm going to wrap this up. leave your comments in the section below. I actually kind of forgotten most of what I was talking about in this video already. I think there was some stuff about predictive programming in the thrifty prepping, but as you said, I'm absolutely worn out. The excitement, the adrenaline, everything is kind of drained out of my body all at the same point, and the energy that I had to use up to get through work is rendered me almost useless. But I threw this together just to thank everybody that has come to the Thrift Store Prepper in the last 24 hours, and for all the love, support, and kind things you've been saying about me and my channel. So peace out, love, rock and roll. Take care, Thrift fam. This has been a shit video production for the Thrift Store Prepper.